Hello, it's Yellow, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well, cause I am, and I have a pretty creepy story time which honestly scares me to this day, and I don't like what we did, but I'm happy that it ended like this. So let's get started. Okay, so this happened like a few months ago, and every time I think about it, I get that weird feeling in my stomach, Like we could have actually been in serious trouble. So it was me and my friend, which we're gonna call Jacob for this story time, and we were just bored as hell one evening. Nothing to do, no plans, just scrolling on TikTok or something and just wasting time. Then I get a text from Jacob and it says, "Yo, wanna go check out that abandoned house near the woods?" So a little backstory, a few years ago I lived in a town outside but near the main city, and on the outside of the city was like a huge forest which was owned by some rich random family, and they had a couple of houses there, but most of the houses just stayed there and rotted away with years because no one came to visit and no one took care of them. And there was this one particular house that a lot of people broke into and stole stuff, and now it's just an empty ass house, and it was pretty big. So I asked Jacob, the creepy one people always broke into, and he replies instantly, "Yeah, bro, that one. Come on, don't be a pussy." And I should have said no, but obviously I didn't. By the time we got there, it was already getting dark. Not fully night, but that awkward in between where everything looks kinda off, The house looked worse up close. Windows were smashed, door half hanging off, and tall grass everywhere around us. It honestly looked like something straight out of a horror movie. And I said, "Dude, this place is messed up." And Jacob, he just smirks and says, "Relax, bro, it's just an old house. Stop acting scared." And I look him dead in the eye and I say, "If something jumps out, I'm pushing you first." And then we kind of laughed a bit and we pass through the tall grass. We step inside. Immediately it smells like crap. Like mold, dust, and something I really can't even describe. The floor creaks under every step like a horror movie sound effect. I swear to God. We're using our phone flashlights, but it barely helps. Everything just looks wrong. And then Jacob points at the wall and he says, Yo, bro, look at that." And someone made a graffiti onto the wall, "Don't look back." And I laugh, but in myself, I got creeped the fuck out. And I played it cool, like, "Whoa, so original, real creative." But still, it kinda stuck in my head. So we keep walking around like idiots, checking rooms, kicking random stuff off the floor, and then we hear it from upstairs, like a dragging sound, like something heavy being pulled across the floor. And we both freeze. I slowly turn to Jacob and I asked him, like, "Yo, bro, you heard that, right?" And he just nods and he goes, "Yeah, that's not fucking normal." And for a second, neither of us moves. And then this dumbass Jacob, he goes, "Bro, let's just take a quick look." And I wanted to punch him in the face because that's how people get killed. But of course, we go anyway, and the stairs are loud as hell, and every step feels like it's gonna break. The noise stops the second we reach the top. And now it's just silent again, like too silent. And we walk down the hallway slowly. Doors open and pitch black inside. My heart is pounding like crazy. I feel my heartbeat in my feet. That's how crazy it was. And then we heard a loud ass thud. Something hits the floor in one of the rooms. And I look at Jacob. I'm shitting bricks, by the way. And I just say, "Okay, nope. Fuck this shit. We're leaving." But Jacob, he's already moving towards the sound. And I whisper to him like, dude, fucking stop." And he pushes the door open anyway. And inside the room, we see him. At first, I don't even process it, But there's a man. I guess it was a homeless guy, Dirty clothes, beard, messy hair. He's crouched near the corner, dragging a big bag across the floor. And that's the sound we've heard. For a second, we just stare at each other, and he looks just as surprised as we are. Then his fucking expression changes fast. He suddenly shouts, like out loud, "Hey!" And it's not like normal shouting, it's aggressive. It's angry. He stands up quickly, knocking something over, and he says, "Get back here!" And Jacob and I booked it at the same time. We bolt out of the room, down the hallway, almost tripping over ourselves, almost smashing a wall at one point, but behind us, we hear him moving fast, like way faster than I expected, and Jacob just yells, "Don't look back. And my stomach dropped. I don't know why he said it. Maybe it was because he read it the graffiti, but I was so scared and pumped with adrenaline that I don't even say anything. We just sprint down the stairs, nearly falling, slammed through the front door, and we kept running. I swear I could hear him right behind us. Like, seriously, right behind us. We didn't stop until we were like far down the road, completely out of breath. I bent over, trying not to like throw up, and I was like, what the hell was that? And Jacob's breathing hard, like, dude, that guy was not okay. Do you think that was a dead body? We both looked back towards the house, fucking shitting bricks at this point, but it's too far to see anything clearly now. And a few minutes later, we finally calmed down enough to talk. Neither of us is joking anymore, of course, and we just started wondering. So I asked, do you think he lives there? And he just shrugs, or is he hiding or something? Did he hide a dead body? And we just look at each other. The next day, things get a little bit more strange. You know, I'm scrolling on my phone and I see a local news report. A store nearby got robbed the same night. Not like a big robbery, but just some guy stealing stuff and running off. But the description, male, appears homeless, carrying a large bag, last seen heading toward the wooded area near the exact place we were. And I texted Jacob immediately, like, dude, check the fucking news. And he replies like 2 minutes later, like, no fucking way, that's him. So yeah, we called the cops, we explained the whole situation. They went, took a huge ass search party, but no one saw him, no one found him. And that wasn't some random creepy encounter. We literally walked into the place where a guy had just robbed the store and was hiding out. And we surprised him, and then he tried to chase us. You know, from time to time, we still kind of like make jokes about it, but honestly, it's not that funny. Because every time I think about how close he got, how fast he was moving, you know, I really don't know what could have happened if he actually caught us. And this is how this story ends. And guys, the morals of this story are, don't go exploring abandoned places just because you're bored. Trust your gut when something feels off. Trust me. Not everything scary is supernatural. Real danger is real, and it's worse. Think before you act, especially at night, and getting out fast can literally save your life. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It honestly creeps me out how lucky we got. With that, I hope you guys have a good day or night. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And as always, stay yellow.